flight path that takes us through the military base, up by North George towards Zaki. From the south up towards the northwest. Does mean that teams who want to be heading over as far as Yasnaya, Lipovka, Mill to Power will not really be able to make it that distance. And it looks like we've got 2 hot drops on the cards. Fair to say, this is not the first time we've seen these two in a bit of an engagement. Same situation in Picardo in game number 2. That was a very, very slow affair, but this, okay, this has now just become a little bit more of an interesting hot drop, because not only is this teams that are involved in this race for the top 3, but it's also pretty much the dead center of Phase 1 zone in Severny, all the way up north. Mr. Flank, does he have the slightly faster shoot onto the rooftop? He does. He's got an MK Mutant in hand. But up above him, that's another gun being loaded, and that sounds like a shotgun. Perhaps it was a Bison. I think it was a Bison. That's a lot of bullets expended. Only 3 left. He's come with the backup. Legionnaires and Extraordinaires in a bit of a tangle between themselves as well. Mr. Flank with a dinner plate 28. Slight upgrade maybe for a hot drop. And Super Dean's off angle has done some work. A pick with his own separate 1v2 on the opposite side of the main road of Severny. And Mr. Flank is going to commit to making this push. We'll secure the flush. Super Dean, does he know about the player who's right below? It seems like he does. That's where the flashbang's headed. It's a good one. He's trying to hop out into the window. Force a peek around the side. It will come through, and Mr. Flank will immediately put him down. The handbok hat and all. Looking stylish. APAC just has to hold this angle for now. Cian. Well placed. First aid kit. You needed that. The S12K as well could come in useful. Opting for the micro Uzi. Not a shotgun fan. Fair enough. Did see a loss for Legionnaires as they got in a bit of a tangle just towards the southern side of Chopsticks with Extraordinaire. Maybe it was a fight over vehicles. This hot drop has come to a bit of an abrupt halt. One half of Not Your Type has been cleaned up. Seems like Red Sea not... Okay, I take it back. I was going to say not fully committed to the push, but why bother when you can just dome in with the Mosin instead? Anna has to defend. Not Your Type managed to take down 1, but that might be all. Will it be a case of just hop in the vehicle and leave? I think that moment might have passed. You heard the steps. Looking to breach and clear. Don't think they'll expect this angle. Definitely didn't. Definitely did not expect it. But now there's some shots raining out from the distance. They have no idea where Hannah is. Ah, unlucky. You probably need a scope for that. Are we going to get another early game engagement between OCE? Jix and Juice already taken down. Legionnaires. Do they pull up on this? Baba Yaga looks like he's considering it. Whips the car around. He thinks, yeah, hey, we can win against an M16. But fuller strength, maybe not entirely full strength, but a fuller strength Charm Farmers has pulled up in the vehicles. Grenade around the side from Anubis, doesn't find a target. Parachutes for morning coffee go all the way up north. Very nice. Actually, the Charm Farmers are just going to back away. They're going to give away the opposite side of the split. Is it because they heard the push coming in from Seacat Gaming? I think it might well be. Maka couldn't quite get the opening spray. This angle is a disgusting one. Guru trying to put it to work. Tola just rolls in behind them. He will be traded out by Doozy. Doozy still holding the angle. The AK hollow sight and OCE special. They do eventually hold it down. Hannah has finally traded out one. Super Dean. They've been trying for several minutes to clear him out of this position. Made it costly for Red Sea, even more so. But hopping up over the top, APAC gets the job done. Knew he was low HP. Oh dear. Well, where are we going now? Ah, where else? Where else but directly into the fight? Why go somewhere where you don't have to fight people when you could simply go and fight people instead? And the Charm Farmers really could do without this. I mean, hello, Guru. Guru, hello. Knock, knock. Mike is there to answer the door, thankfully, but Invis traded out entirely through the little angle again, trying to make it work. It doesn't this time. Joff rolling through the door like it's nothing, and that's not worked out. And actually getting a little bit of assistance from Legionnaires, who will be more than happy to be the downfall of Extraordinaire in this matchup after what happened to half of their number earlier on. Breakwater as well. It's just a full OCE versus Extraordinaire. Oh, someone had to punish them eventually. It takes a whole region to do so, then so be it. Meanwhile, more parachutes. Sierra Barabadingi looking to regroup up with the rest of Tenax. They've also gone up north. Maka just strolls his way out through the flames, and Extraordinaire are no more. Seems as though we might have another cheeky attempt. Oh. Okay. If you say so. Okay. Gonna say I'm pretty sure that's not where he is. So it is not, in fact, another parachute. Oh, Titan Foxy, well, their hot drop didn't really end up in much of an engagement, so they thought, what the hell, we've still got shotguns, let's just go crash someone instead, so we can still use them. This is not ideal. If Herring Pack can get an off angle from distance. Not getting kind of slaughtered. Really boxed in. A couple of nades in this area, if they actually land well and get past the vehicles, could do a lot of damage. TinDD will find that out. Third party shots from across as well. The Charm Farmers. There's another double nade. Oh! They just got completely roasted. 0-2K. One more nade. That's a flashbang. Herring Pack is looking to push in. Doesn't even need to. Hops up on the Dacier outside the wall over the top of the smokes. Yeah, Titan Foxy just got obliterated. Push did not go well at all. The shotguns couldn't get close range. Now it almost looks like we have kind of a normal setup in this lobby, at least in the top half. Teams controlling a decent amount of space, but that's kind of just because they've killed everyone who tried to push it. We are -4 teams already, and Phase 2 has only just popped. Just in case you forgot what region we were watching, let that remind you. the other side of the hot drop in Pachinki. Still looting their way out in the blue zone, creeping forwards. I think maybe Titan Foxy stole the vehicles away, so it looks like PUBG and friends are struggling on that front. I mean, Cybos making descend on the buggy to see if it can find something with more seats to pick up the rest of the crew, maybe? I mean, they're definitely struggling when this is the best rotation option, for sure. Still a lot of free space on the southern side of this zone, but why bother taking the free space when you could fight instead? Always the philosophy of Fragile. Looks like the Jack boys are happy to play into that as well. Onyxuka with a very slow drive-by, but it still gets the job done. Peek up over the rock from Hutch, but the off angle from Popcorn, where he actually is on the map, is enough. Huh? Where'd that come from? Icky guy. Long distance away, but kill point doesn't go to them. Oh, but they might get another one. Onyxuka just got sat down as well through the smoke. Fair enough. A lot of shots flying out up towards Jack Boys up on the hilltop. But they have ample vehicles. They can make whatever rotation they like, and hopefully it will go south because there is so much free space. Have whatever they want if they go south, and they don't even have to fight for it. Water we go. Very cool. This is a little painful. Checking for a Dacia spawn. Nope. Neath is at least upgraded from a bike to a buggy. That's good. And again, thankfully there's no one playing for a kilometer ahead of them. So even if they do have to swim across the river and continue on foot, they'll be okay to do so. At least for a while. A FAMAS! That he's opting to not take. Cringe. Overchild. That grenade was always going to be an issue. 20 HP. A dip that acts as a funnel. The car might just fall on top of him. Not quite, but it will blow up on him. Whee! There he goes. Splatted. God of War Man squad. Icky guy gets another. Pretty clear angles. Will eventually land the tag. Where is my traces, man? Hello? Tracer on, please. Video game. Alright, fair enough. Guess we'll just guess. Tabayaga could probably use a helmet, but still not really coming under too much pressure anymore. Breakwater full chilling in this compound for now, but I can't imagine that will last too much longer before at least one side will be breached in a circle shift or two. Potentially a big engagement here between Boxed and Tenax. Tenax have their back turned. Dusky's putting shots towards the southwestern side of the zone. If they get pushed on, could have some implications. Crazy 9 has spotted out Jeff with his back completely turned. He's looking for the opposite angle. He was not ready for it. Not Nam cleans it up. A big kill. Does that open the doorway for the full push onto Tenax? The MG3 in the back pocket for Egoist Art. I don't know about a drive-by with that. That is ambitious. Grenade falls slightly short. Another chicken dinner for T5. Good job, boys. Congratulations. PUBG, please turn that off. Thank you. Shoehorse, nade in hand. Get rid of it or don't get knocked. Either way, doesn't really matter. Sevi on the seat swap gets down Yarabara Badingi, but he's run out of bullets. Crazy Nine's that angle from above. Oh, he will get caught out. Should be flushed, maybe, maybe. No, he won't be. Crazy Nine gets there in time and prevents swift death for Sevi. But that is a problem. Tenax now eliminated. Tenax was the team that was holding on to the third place spot. And there are so many still alive that are looking to steal that away. Ikigai, one of them, have a lot of control on the western side of the zone. Charm Farmers, they need to make a move. But their numbers are strong. Legionnaires might be happy to make a wrap. Not spotting any vehicles on that single shack. I don't think they'll be expecting this to be free, but when they pull up here and find out it is, they'll be pleasantly surprised. And then maybe they'll just remember which region they're playing in and think, oh yeah, of course it is. But for how long? Because Vortex is making a move in this direction. Not fully committed. They have left Haring Pack behind. He's just taking his sweet time about it. Now the Charm Farmers. Potentially losing out on Guru as well. Oh, no way. That's what happened. They used an emergency parachute. And he got spammed through the smoke. Oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie me. What's the play? Are we going for the shack? Big boy shacker? I hope not. But it looks like that's what's happening. Yuzi actually went back. What an honorable gentleman. Picked up Guru. There's literally... Okay, never mind. I mean, there's a car there, but it's only 2 seats. But they can use that to try and regroup on the shack with Maka. Provided there's still a shack there. A lot of bullets flying into it. Big engagement on the southwestern side of the zone as PUBG and friends finally foot push their way into the zone. And directly in front of them, we'll find the Jack boys. Oh, Kenny J. Yeah, the spray was a bit off, I think it's fair to say. And with some long-distance assistance, well, mid-distance assistance from Vortex, Jack boys win that engagement. Should be able to get Popcorn back up. I knew a Vicky guy was thinking about looking to push for this for a third party, but the movement from Boxed has made that not really much of an option. One-man squad got sat down. Uh-oh, around the side of the smoke. Not Nam. Outmaneuvers Peensy Dotsy. Heavy covering from the opposite side of the road. Causing problems for Ikigai. Another team that was looking to make that push into the top 3. GG bet. Sevi opting not to take those shots. I mean, he's pretty exposed. He could probably kill him. Especially if he stands still. Alright. Fair enough. Never mind. Red Sea picked him off. Maka just bolted down Rai as well from Ikigai, so Maknu is all that remains. The Boxed have kind of been allowed this position in the zone. Too quickly cleaned up for Vortex. Onto the Jack boys, leaving just Head on Point and Engdin. Have a position that is pretty solid when it comes to defending from the uphill, as Vortex are going to be forced to make a move down. Logby's got a rock to work with. At some point is trained on towards it. It's a lot of damage, almost cops him down. Not sure if that's quite in grenade range, but he's not going to try it. Gonna wait for the inevitable peak to come through, or at least the reposition. Gotta be a little careful. There is still 3 more players on the opposite side, and he's now very well aware of that. Maybe drop a smoke over the top, perhaps. Never mind. Just wait for Box to do the damage for you. Firing beat with the AWM. Looks to take a shot over the top, but Engdin avoiding most of the damage. Head on point, not quite so lucky. Never mind, neither is Engdon. Harrying Pack eventually pushes him down. Just a wild send attempt from Harrying Pack. And Box cleans it all up. Head on point, just hello. He doesn't seem aware of the fact that they just got killed from behind him, or he just doesn't seem to care. He's a mad lad. Res in the smoke. Grenade goes just a little bit wide. Crazy 9. This one looks better. Never mind, he naded the shack. Oh, that one. Okay. Job done. Boxed. I've decided, in the absence of Extraordinaire, we will be the ones to control the lobby. Maka with 4 kills. Maybe the shack play was a little more lucrative than it first looked. He glances a little further left. He might just catch a glimpse of a... No, no, no. Almost? No. Close, but not quite. Ritzy making it this far is quite impressive as well, given just how long it took them to clean up the final solo in there. Saverni hot drop. Box really are just having a field day now. Full control of the high ground. The zone shifts in favor of that very same high ground. Both Red Sea and the Charm Farmers have to make a move. Breakwater have to make some sort of push as well. See, not gonna hard commit to holding out that side of the zone, so APAC making a push on towards where he knows that Big Boy Maka is. If this gets called out, Guru could try to maybe find an angle towards it, but needs to be a little careful from the compound as well. But on his feet he will go. Sprays into APAC, but just has to fall back quickly. Not quite quickly enough. Maka wins the final 1v1 engagement though. 10 kills and a top 4 for the Charm Farmers. A big leap in terms of the points, especially with the likes of 10x dropping out early. Icky Guy as well. All those teams that were competing for those top 3 spots. Charm Farmers now far and away ahead of the pack. A lot of that on the shoulders of Maka. 5 kills for himself. Can't do anything to prevent the flush on Guru though. Maka has been spotted. That is nicely coordinated by Boxed. They had the position, they had the angle towards it, they waited until he was out in the open and coordinated the team shots. So all 3 players shooting at him at once, there's no escaping that. Apsy trying to make a move in the vehicle, it doesn't stop the bullets from traveling underneath. Grove's turn to try and put the MK mutant to use. Breakwater, this is a tough spot now. Maybe they could have tried to play somewhere along this ridge. It's close to grenade range for Morning Coffee, but it at least gives cover from this push from Boxed. 9 kills, not to be outdone, Crazy 9. So there was an 8 kill game earlier on. Ah, damn, I forgot to play ads in the break. But now pre-rolls are back on. Unlucky. just a bit of a poke battle back and forth between the teams on the low ground as Boxed just overwatches the whole thing, repositioning, maneuvering, threatening constantly. And actually a bit of a send from Axel forward into the same dip as earlier on. Maybe it was a little close to grenade range, but the grenade didn't quite reach. Nor does Axel's. So we're in somewhat of a stalemate for now. Nobody forced to make the move. Only phase 7. A minute and a quarter before this closes. And then we get phase 8. We still have to wait. Odds are phase 8 will favor Boxed. I mean, just looking at how close everyone else is to the very tip of the phase 7 zone. How much control Boxed have over everything else. Kind of inevitable, really, wasn't it? Peeks around the side. Could get some information for morning coffee, but doesn't risk going high enough off the ridgeline to gain that information just yet. It would be a risk. If it gets a little bit too much further up, Axel and Grove could get an angle towards them. These may not necessarily be the teams that are directly competing for those top 3 spots. Win, back-to-back wins in the final 2 games could do a lot of work for just about anyone in this lobby. But a win from this position would be, shall we say, unlikely? Very little utility left for Breakwater Gaming as well. Congratulations, Expresso and F69, huh? Very cool. Well done, clan members, for getting a chicken dinner together. PUBG, please turn that off. Thank you. Up on the roof, maybe? Is that a play? You get an angle for this? You definitely would get some sort of angle, but hasn't risked going for it, just watching for the push around the back instead. Sadgul still has a nade. And Grove's been spotted. Does it reach far enough? Not quite. Doesn't quite trickle over the edge. Axel gets a bit of information from the suppressed SLR shot. He can creep just a tickle forwards and be in the phase 8 zone. That nade, almost catching out Grove. He tries to make the run towards the rocks, but going wide does not pay off. Sevi is there to hold the angle, cleans it up. These jump peaks, they still haven't spotted out Axel, but they should know that there's at least one more player coming from around that direction. Given that Grove was a knock and not an instant flush. Portable shields getting a lot of work done. Sevi has a nade. He could just toss it at those rocks just to try and clear it. That might well be game over for Axel if he does. Spam for morning coffee. Unsure as to who they're spamming at. There it is. Axel spotted out, cleaned up, trying to just shuffle his way forwards, and that means Sevi held on to the grenade. If morning coffee can get corralled into a corner like they are, Sevi could lob that out. Goes the wrong way though. So we're doing this the old-fashioned way. Straight up gunfight engagement. Not much in terms of smokes left for morning coffee, but there's still flashbangs, Molotovs available on the other side. First shots exchanged. Heavy taken down extremely low. Put those smokes down to give him an avenue to try and get out of there. Get back to what cover they have set up with the foldable shields. This little flank around the side for Saku could pay off huge, though, if he can make it work. If he can land the spray, that's an important part. But he spotted out. Nottingham saw him around the other side, and now his teammates are corralled. Back behind the trees. Flashbang, the sprays into the grass will go. The first set of bullets almost taking him down. Heavily around the side with the 3x. And Nottingham will finish up the job. All 3 kills. 19 on the board. I mean, they saw Extraordinaire pick up a 28-point game before, and Box said, hey, listen, if you're going to die early, we are going to fill that gap. Hey, listen, Crazy 9 with 9 kills. He told us. I mean, we should have listened. It was there in front of us the whole time. Didn't say Crazy 8, he said Crazy 9. That's what he gets. Nottingham with 6 as well, Sevi with 4. Ego Artist died off pretty early in that match. Didn't matter at all. They get the biggest kill win of this phase, regardless of playing as a 3-man for the vast majority of the game. Massive points as well, cannot understate, for Big Boy Maka and the Charm Farmers. Huge. 10 kills, 4th place, 14 points from their position, just 3 behind Tenax. That could have massive, massive implications. Let's consider the fact that Tenax went out in that game without a single point. Charm Farmers now by far the favourites to hold on to that top 3 position, that final slot in the grand finals for the PGS2 APAC qualifiers for SEA and OCE. There's one more game that they'll have to try and hold on to that. See whether or not they're able to do it. We'll be back after a short break, where I will remember to play ads to turn off the pre-rolls. Definitely.